guys. So we're gonna start our Dragon Age series, and we're gonna do what we can to make it through it again. Last time I played this was on PlayStation 3, probably about 8 years ago, maybe? Something along those lines. Was it that long? Yeah, it was probably about that long ago. Wow, time flies. But we're gonna start here at the beginning at Dragon Age Origins and go from there. So we're gonna do new game. It is just a short campaign for afterwards, so we'll try to remember to do that because I don't think I did that last time. So, give that a go. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take. All perfection as opposite to Canticle of Thralendois.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I have to say, so I just looked it up during that cutscene, and this game was released in November 2009. So currently, that would be just about 22 years old. And I have this. Wait. Not 22. I can't do math, apparently. 12. Yeah, 12. Yeah, 12 years old. And I have to say, like, the graphics, you know, has held up pretty decently. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're gonna make our character. Let's name Phyllis. Is that how it's spelled anyway? Let's not one more else. And we can't change our last name, so we are Arliss Mahariel. Alright, so as my profile says, I am a casual player. I would like to just kind of breeze through this and just like enjoy the story because that's what I'm after. So we're gonna go on easy because that's how I like to do games. I go for games for story and for beautiful graphics. And while the combat is fun and that's like a lot of interest in everything like
You
that,
were born amidst the Dalish
it's not my main
elves,
focus.
noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly knit clans, struggling to maintain their half-forgotten lore in a human world that fears and despises them. You spend your time hunting with your clanmate Tamlin in the forests, and as is sometimes the case, your quarry is not always the local wildlife.
It's a Dalish!
And you three are somewhere you shouldn't be.
Let us pass, Elf. You have no right to stop us.
No? We will see about that, won't we? You're just in time. I found these humans lurking in the bushes. Bandits, no doubt.
We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us.
You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland.
We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours.
This forest isn't ours, fool. You've stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethaline? What should we do with him?
Okay. Okay. So now we have a choice. For those of you not too familiar with how most RPG games work, is that you do get your dialogue options most of the time. And your dialogue options affect the world that you're playing in. So they affect how characters view your character and how certain events play out. And I usually go for a good character, and because I'm trying to do my best to recreate how I would have played when I first played it, we're gonna do that I can. So we're gonna go with this one here. Let's find out what they're doing here.
Does it matter? Hunting or banditry, we'll need to move camp if we let them live.
Look, we didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave.
Yes, a cave. With ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be,
Treasure? So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits.
I'm not gonna read these out to you guys every time. I will try to let the screen stay up long enough that you can read them. Or should I read them? Even if you can every time, that's for sure though. But you've been there, should have tried to prove it. I'd like to see these ruins. I know this forest, there are caves, but no ruins. Let's put that
but
one.
I have proof. Here, we found this just inside the entrance.
This stone has carvings. Is this Elvish? Written Elvish?
There's more in the ruins. We didn't get very far in, though.
Elvish, Tamlin, and this sounds like a trap. Don't believe it. Let's ask why not.
There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it.
A demon. Where is this cave?
Just off the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside.
Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go?
So while the others will make sure no one else comes, you frighten them enough. They won't bother us. Or so they can bring a mob to drive us out to kill them all. I'm gonna say that you frighten them.
Run along then, Shems. And don't come back until we Dalish have moved on.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, shall we see if there's any truth to this story? These carvings make me curious.
Sounds like a good idea. Shouldn't we inform the keeper? And I'm not sure. I have a bad feeling about this demon. I think it sounds like a good idea.
And if we find anything, the Keeper will want to know.
Okay. So here we are. Getting some new codex entries. We have an item. Get some new screenshots. Just updated and something else I was there. And then down here we shows our attacks and abilities. So we have below the belt that we chose and dirty fighting. That's the rogue incapacitates a target who takes no damage from the attack but is stunned for a short time. We have our name, and this is our experience bar here. And this is bonus, so our equipment is a matching set and it's preventing bonus. This here allows us to swap weapons. So we have two swords and a bow. And we have poison making as available and stealing. Okay. So, okay. We're gonna go. Alright, let's go the direction it was pointing to me towards. One thing I have to remember with this game, so I did refresh myself on this game prior to when I started doing recordings. And I was reminded that you can't jump, so that is annoying. Okay, so here's trying to encourage you to use the tactics system. So, your combat situation, mastery of the battlefield is important. Zoom out in combat to gain a better view of your situation. You can also pause for tactical preparation by pressing space. So this is the zoom out they're talking about, and you can change your camera angle. So you can see that there are a couple of wolves and a dead hollow up there. So we're going to select that, and we're going to hit below the belt. So that means that as soon as we start playing again, that my character is going to run up and do that. And I can do the same with no. Ta-da! And as item in his inventory.
This should be easy enough.
Like that, we got some more help from him. And nothing from him. There we go. And learn some more in our codex. Oh, we can get a bow. Sorry, I'll probably stop commentating so much. This has a bonus of rapid aim. But it looks like for the most part everything else is the same, but we're gonna go ahead and take that for that bonus. And okay, so this is our quest. So we have to find the cave, and then this is premium content. Sorry, get rid of that real quick. That I think is from one of the DLCs. And the codex, we got a couple new entries. So Hala, there's no creature is well revered by the Dalish in the Hala. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Hala keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, the stags bore elven knights into combat, but since the fall of the Dales, they are used less as mounts and more to pull the caravels. That's cool. And I don't want to read the whole thing. Maybe pause if we need to read that. So, culture and history. So it tells us about us as Dalish elves. And again, pause if you need to. And controls and everything like that. I think that's all updated. And we're gonna keep going. Brazilian forest. Alas! Ah! In one such place, a wood shaper was born under such unfortunate stars that his mother named him Avalas, which means sorrow, and he lived up to his name. He could keep no apprentices and lost his stock of bows in mishap after mishap, until finally he had nothing. The rest of the clan began to fear what his ill luck would harm them too, and whispered among themselves of casting him out. Avalas finally resolved to change his luck, and so went into the forest alone to seek a suitable tree from which to make bows. I'm excited about this because Avalas is an Inquisition, and I'm a big fan. I'm gonna, again, I'm gonna not read the whole thing, but give you guys an opportunity to pause and keep reading at your leisure. There we go. Let's keep going. I do want to explain, like, about games like this, but I'm not gonna waste your guys' time trying to read it all to you. So, selected covert, which is used for making processes.
This must be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you?
No one that warns me we should be wary.
Always the careful one. Fine. But I'm not running back until I know there's something worth making a fuss over. Come on, let's at least see what's there. How dangerous could it be?
Yep, we're just gonna go. I think when I was refreshing myself on the game, we went back to the village.
It looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
I think I went back and got permission to come here. That's okay, because
Time for a little fun!
On your guard! Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
we're gonna switch weapons, because the bow is really so, as as every good RPG, it's good to look in all the corners. So we're gonna open this chest. Yeah. Yeah. Journeyman Dwemer Rune, which can be added to a weapon and upgrade spell resistance. So we're gonna take that and use that opportunity. Get some enchantments.
As you wish.
Close this and another dagger. Looks like it does slightly more damage than what we currently do. So we'll go ahead and equip that. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Let's equip that. Okay. And nice thing about this being a little bit of an older game as well, it is fairly open world. It's also pretty railroaded, so everything you need is pretty easy to find. Okay. No, I don't.
Trap!
So... Enemy tower! Enemy! Hopefully that's...
You're getting sloppy!
To be tricky, huh?
Here we go! Let's get started.
Okay. Really just have to get as much as we can. So much later. And at some point it's super impromptu. So that was the chapter. Makes it a spooky game. Love it. You know, again, 12-year-old game. Pretty decent graphics. Like just the ability to make things like
Trap!
this arm here. Good experience with that. Shield. So I won't utilize the shield. However, how could Tamlin utilize the shield? Where's the shield? There it is. Okay, it's really no better than what you're right now.
Trap!
There's the trap. Our experience is growing.
You never had a chance. Let's get started. Trap!
Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't. This leads out to where we were before. Oh. I did lie. I kind of know where I'm going, but I also don't at the same time. I like the detail of the holes and everything. That the spider was dead.
Right.
Yeah.
can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you? Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan? Yes, time and decay take their toll. Still, there's bound to be something of value.
Okay. Oh, what? I got to be there right now. Oh, this is that other one. Okay. Let's see. Oops.
What's this?
Not a chance.
Are those walking corpses? This place is haunted.
Okay. Back. Oh, so Codex on giant spider. That's handy. Control. Actually, okay, so that talks about this power. Right click. Okay, I've been left clicking since. Okay.
Let's get started. Here we go! Is that all you got? Look at this, man! Love it!
Oh, I'm good.
Excellent!
Stunned.
By the creators! What was that thing?
This should be easy enough.
Demonic poison and lyrium. Not the lyrium super helpful, but I'm the main one. And also leveled up real quick. So let's one each go. That's a corrosion. Doesn't sound right. Stealing, trap making, survival, herbalism, combat, and combat tactics. Training. Warriors and rogues gain access to first tier weapon talents. And tactics. A character can formulate strategies quickly in battle and consequently gains combat tactics slot. So let's get us a combat training one. And anything cool. Right, let's do that. Okay, so stealth. For now, we can access these. And I really think, for the most part, I want to use dual weapons a bit more. I like using archery. It just seems really slow in this game. But maybe that'll change. Oh yeah, I like the rapid shot, but that's also has a cooldown. I don't know, we'll missions with 2 weapons, bolster to normal damage bonus with band, which would be good. Magic strikes with both weapons simultaneously. So it's slower, but causes more damage. Use both weapons in broad forward arc, striking enemies with both weapons inflicting significantly more damage. Oh, okay, so that's. Let's do double strike. Okay. What's on the level? Short form. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Cool mirror. Before we approach it, we're gonna see if we can look around. Soldier's helm and a leather belt. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I guess. Irish 20 strength. I want a shield. That's also well. Sure. That gives us a bonus. Before we trigger anything in here by approaching that mirror.
You aren't going to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror, are you?
Never mind.
I want to look at it now. It's the only thing we've seen in here that isn't broken. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror. No, it was right there. Wait, there it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me. Help! I can't look away!
Goodbye, Tamlin.
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
Cool. So that is our very first little dungeon.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethalon. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Okay, so his name is Annabelle. How did they get here? Fine, but we're probably worried for his family. What's it? That's how we got there.
Hashem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him? He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you. Of course. Most of the hunters are off looking for him right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
That's a huge bonfire. Sounds like a waste of
I
wood.
see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive. If he encountered the same thing you did, yes. The Grey Warden said he found you alone outside a cave, already stricken. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
Hmm. Sorry, I'm not super talkative. I'm kind of
Walking
into the narrative.
corpses? Dark magic, but not
I
darkspawn.
don't want to interrupt
I know
anything that you
not what
guys
the
are
other
doing.
creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember? A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well.
Her tattoos
We must
make
go ourselves,
her
and
look like
quickly.
a frowning Joker.
Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dallin? Without you, we will not find it. I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly. I would be lying if I said I was not. But whatever knowledge lies in that cave is not worth our children. I send you back with hopes of finding Tamlin, and that is all.
Yeah, why do you want me to take Meryl? I forgot Meryl was in this game. I only really remember her from Dragon Age 2. I didn't interact with her very much. So we'll try to change that.
Merrill knows a degree of my magic. Tamlin's chances of surviving the journey back are greater with her help. I also wish for Merrill to see this cave and mirror. She has a sense for these things, and could shed light on the nature of this illness.
And if I remember correctly, she's obsessed with mirrors.
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
And there, Dalish asking Clam leaving isn't too unusual because Dalish are pretty nomadic.
When Tamlin's life is at stake? Oh, very well.
I won't ask questions.
He said he had been looking for our clan, and had a hint of our whereabouts. As I said, you were fortunate. It is possible he sought a volunteer to join their order. Indeed. The Grey Wardens once consisted of the best from all races. I know of no Dalish joining them since the days of the Darkspawn Wars, however. It would be a great honor, though I don't know why any Dalish would choose such a life. Regardless, he has not asked.
Let's see.
Not quite, Dallin. After they defeated the Darkspawn long ago, the Grey Warden's numbers diminished greatly over the centuries. It seems the humans have little use for them if Darkspawn aren't actively raising their lands. I suppose the thought of Darkspawn returning one day did not occur to them.
Let's see.
The Grey Warden thinks so. A war may be in the offing. If so, we must get as far away from it as possible. Let the humans fight their battles, as we must fight our own. They are the best and most noble of all races, Dallin. Few can achieve their standards.
Sure.
He seemed honorable, and his care for your safety speaks well of him. I trust my judgment.
Uh,
Then do not tarry. Find Tamlin quickly. Master Island can help you. Go to him and ask to see his stock.
Explanation of the city dwelling elves. Sounds interesting. Sorry, I'm not gonna read this out loud. But you can welcome to pause and read. Just like on all the others. I think we'll get some equipment and then I think we'll call part 1 done. Part of the reason I'm collecting all this stuff is so we can sell it.
As you wish.
So, learn about our I think
On
that
it.
was what they call the home. The original home. There's any difference between that? Wait.
So you have returned to us, Dalen. We are grateful you're whole and well.
How then?
The Shemlan, eh? And I suppose the Shemlan dragged you into that cave, twisted your arms to prevent you from coming to tell the keeper of it first. Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned. But you kept exploring, didn't you? I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
I like that I could be playing for tablet being the reckless one.
Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales.
Oh gosh.
You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
We're supposed to go save someone and he
All
wants me to
Dalish should know this tale, and
wants me
hold
to be
its
part of
lessons
this.
close to heart. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Mm-hmm. Daddy. Funny. It's covered in with me though. Yeah.
Let us start with the history that makes us Dalish. When we were slaves. Yes, slaves to a terrible empire. The humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery. But the humans would not leave us be. They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants. A war erupted. The humans invaded our homeland in the name of their one god, denouncing our sacrilegious nation. And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands. To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart, until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more. We shall then return the old ways to those of our people who have lost them. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
Elvahanan. That's a cool.
The Oath of the Dales. And no smart-mouthed comment. Thank the creators for small mercies. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly. I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlin, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost. Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
And I would like to indulge in it more. But there's also just so much of it, which is great, it really is. But there's just so much that it is tedious to go around with everybody.
Is the Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
He's the one that we talked to.
I want to go with you. Keeper Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin. Tamlin's my friend too. I want to help find him. If Meryl can risk it, so can I. Good. I'll follow you. Just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Sure. But we'll just... Okay. We'll just kill everybody. Oh. Okay. I can tell what that is supposed to be. Huh. No, I can't. Oh no, she's over there. But look at these all are so pretty. I would like to have a Holland. Hunter, just a trick for those of you who do RPGs. If you mostly just hurt people with names, then you'll get information.
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered. They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him. The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
They are beautiful.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
They sound like Narnia horses.
Right.
The last couple of codexes. Decide if you want to read them. So this is Arlathan. This is what we got from the store. And again, just pause if you would like to read it. And the lengthy one. Okay, so that's it for Ultimate Magic and Religion. Okay, Elgarnan, God of Vengeance. I'd like to know what he was. Like what the thing is that represents him. I'm skimming through it and see, but you guys can again pause and read. And this is what we just got. Mother of the Hall. Galan name. Galani? Galanan. Don't know. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try not to make these pauses too annoying. Last scroll. I think that's it. Okay. So let's go. Oops. There's the sparkle. Let's go. Another bow. Scroll. Okay. So far. We'll look at that at a later time. Ah. Here's Owen.
I'm glad you've recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it
Could
with honor.
have made my character dark elf. That would have been cool.
One of my own crafting, perhaps?
Free bow.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
Sure.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shimlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them. They were barbarians without honor. They would have slain us without a second thought. The ensuing battle went well for us. That day, we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
Cool.
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Okay, I changed my mind. We're gonna sell some stuff here. You can go through this and then go find Meryl. And before we enter the dungeoning, and then we're going to call this one good. On one hand, so we could use that. Does it do really? Oh, that's one of the ones I don't want that, so. Oh, okay. Sell. I think that's the one I just got from him. So we'll keep that. So we'll sell these. And we'll sell these. These are exactly what I'm wearing, so we'll sell those. We're not going to use the little tools on that. I'm going to hold on to that for whenever we get stronger party members that are actually going to stay. We'll leave those for now. We definitely want that. Okay. We're going to buy those. And these are really cool. And that might be cool. Oh yeah, that's good one of those. I guess I don't have one there. That's fine. Well, no, I can't. I don't have any strength. We'll try and increase that next time if we remember. Helps if I actually look closely at things, but I think a lot of these are just what I'm already wearing. And then the sword kind of thing. Okay. Oh, why didn't I spell that? Okay. That kind of cleared out the inventory. Let's go to the good. Let's go down here. Just. You know, it's a long sword. We'll take that.
By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried. All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead. That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks. What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
But I want to know.
You've much to do tonight with Tamlin still missing. I will tell you another time.
Beyond that. Okay, so there's Meryl. There's no entrance. Okay, that's fine. Let's talk to Meryl.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
What I remember, she doesn't live like this. Entry in H2. And I'm gonna look at this really quick because I'm curious what she looks like. Just want to see the differences in design. Yeah, like graphics definitely got a boost, which is understandable. And actually, her markings completely changed, but the hair overall looks pretty similar. Sorry, personal rabbit hole there.
That depends on the Keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
We want more people.
What? I don't believe you. Are you trying to get me into trouble with the Keeper?
I should decide whether I'm willing to risk it or not.
Go tell the Keeper that, then.
That's I will be a good sport. Just demand. Although really I could, and there's not much wrong with that. But we're gonna be done.
I see you have not left with Meryl yet. Is there something you need? Fenarel? Are you certain? I'm already putting Meryl at risk. I don't want to lose you too.
I want to help, Keeper. If we can find Tamlin, it's worth the risk.
Very well, then. You have my permission. And thank you for asking for it.
He almost didn't. Oh, it's a noisy hollow over there. There's only 4 of them, and that's how everyone's going to get around. Okay. Oh, 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 that's it. I expect that we're gonna look at that really quick. It probably wasn't this. No, that's fine. Okay. Parallels. Alpha. Never again shall. Interesting. Okay. While we're here, we'll just go ahead and open this one up. You guys can pause and read. Oh, sorry. No. There's that.
You're back. Are you ready to go now? Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way. A little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it. What about Fenrirel? You didn't think I'd notice him?
We asked. The Keeper has given her leave.
Then let us make haste while daylight lasts.
So, we will pick up here next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you later.